Psychological warfare, the meta level, incentives, power, and control. Good. So far you have seen the system in action. Narratives. Spread. Defense. But all that is surface. Today we go to what really matters. Why does it exist? Because if you don't understand that, you're going to keep thinking this is accidental. It is not. It is a direct consequence of incentives. And the incentives, they are more powerful than any ideology. It doesn't matter what people say they want to do. It matters what the system rewards. And that is the starting point. Case 1. Platforms, when attention becomes currency. Imagine a platform. It has no ideology. It has no explicit political agenda. It has a goal. Maximize usage time. Because time of use translates into money, advertising, data, scale. Now ask the right question. How do you maximize usage time? It's not complicated. You keep people in. And to do that, you need to get attention and hold it. This is where everything connects. Attention does not respond to neutrality. Responds to stimulus. And the most efficient stimulus. It's emotional. Content that provokes reaction. Retains longer. More time. More interaction. More interaction. More income. Now watch what happens. The system begins to learn. Not consciously. Statistically. Detect patterns. This works. Not this. And adjust. Automatically. Result. Emotional content is amplified. Neutral content is lost. Not because someone decided it. Because the system optimized it. And here is the critical point. Nobody needs to want to manipulate. The system produces that result by design. Operational lesson? When attention is the resource, emotion becomes the dominant tool. Case 2. Media, from informing to competing. Now look at another level. Traditional media. Before, they had distribution control. They were the door. If something didn't happen for them, it did not exist publicly. That gave them power. But that power changed. Now they compete. Against platforms. Against individuals. Against everything. And competition introduces pressure. They need attention. Because without attention, there is no relevance. No relevance. There is no income. Then a change occurs. Not necessarily explicit, but inevitable. The content fits. More attractive. Faster. More emotional. Because? Because that competes better. Now look at the result. Even sources that try to be objective, they operate within the same ecosystem. And the ecosystem rewards the same. Reaction. This creates a convergence. Different actors. Same behavior. Not by coordination. For incentive. Operational lesson? You don't need to control the media. You just need to control the environment in which they compete. Case 3. Individuals, when behavior aligns with the system. Now the final level. Individuals. Creators. Users. Normal people. They have no structural power. But they have something more important. Adaptability. They observe the system. See what works. And they adjust their behavior. Not necessarily consciously, but consistent. You post something neutral. Little reaction. You post something emotional. High reaction. The brain learns. This works better. And repeat. This creates a pattern. more emotional content, more polarization, more conflict. Not because people want conflict, because the system rewards it. Now scale this. Millions of people. Optimizing behavior. Within the same system. Result. A complete ecosystem aligned in the same direction. Reaction. Operational lesson? You don't need to manipulate individuals. The system trains them for you. Total integration. Now put everything together. Platforms optimize attention. Media compete for attention. Individuals adapt to what works. Result. A closed system. Self-reinforced. Self-optimized. And extremely efficient. No need for central control. Does not need explicit coordination. It works because each party follows its incentive. And all the incentives point in the same direction. Emotion. Reaction. Engagement. Deep mechanics. This system has 3 key properties. 1. Scale. It can affect millions simultaneously. 2. Speed. Operates in real time. 3. Autonomy. It does not need constant intervention. That makes it more dangerous than any previous system. Because it does not depend on specific individuals. It depends on structure. And the structure. It is much more difficult to change. Inventory. 1. Incentives determine behavior. 2. Attention is the central resource. 3. Emotion is the dominant tool. 4. The system trains its participants. 5. Does not require central control to operate. Conclusion. This is not a conspiracy. It's a system. And systems don't need intention to produce results. They just need structure. And this structure already exists. Works. Scale. And it's not going away. But now you understand something fundamental. You are not reacting in a vacuum. You are reacting within a system designed to cause that reaction. And that changes everything. Because if you understand the system, you can stop optimizing for it. And that, it is the first step to get out of your control. In the next episode, we close everything. Not with theory. With full integration. And with one last thing. Perspective. Because understanding the system is useful. But knowing what to do with that understanding is what really matters. See you in the final episode.